Marilyn Manson has been in the news quite a bit these last few years. Most recently, I guess these last few months, for his comeback tour with Five Finger Death Punch. And then his new album, One Assassination Under God, which is out now. But obviously, Manson has predominantly made headlines these past few years because there has been a ton of sexual assault-based allegations and lawsuits against him, which we are not even going to begin diving into right now. Not the time. We'd be here all day. And beyond that, it's been covered by literally everyone, whether it's a music-based news source, mainstream news. I mean, it's been out there so much. It's basically common knowledge at this point. So you can check that out if you feel you need to familiarize yourself with what's going on or get caught up to speed or whatever. But Manson has had a number of different accusers over the last few years. I think there's been more than a dozen, including actress Esme Bianco from Game of Thrones. She had a lawsuit that was settled at the beginning of 2023. And then, of course, there's actress Evan Rachel Wood, who I believe is really the one that started all of this with Manson back in 2021. She was one of the first accusers. I think when all of this came down back in February of 2021, I believe it was Evan Rachel Wood and a few other women who all released statements around the same time. I think it was the same day, but if not, right around the same time, all accusing Manson of sexual assault. Since then, it's been a very messy situation. Some of the suits have been settled, again, like the one with Esme Bianco. There was at least one accuser who recanted her allegations. She said at the time that she was manipulated by Wood to make those allegations. And I believe the most recent update on all of this came last month in October, when new leads and evidence against Manson had apparently emerged. With this, it really is just one thing after another. And then in 2022, Manson filed a lawsuit against Wood and her partner Ilma Gore, claiming defamation and emotional distress, but a judge ruled against portions of that suit in 2023, with Manson being ordered to pay Wood and Gore around $500,000 in legal fees. Manson appealed that decision. TMZ said at the time that they had obtained documents, I guess that claimed Manson had proof that Wood had used a forged FBI letter to fabricate the allegations against him, and of course still had a portion of his defamation suit that was still in play. But now, according to documents obtained by Rolling Stone, he has dropped the suit and abandoned the appeal, and has agreed to pay over $300,000 to Wood for her legal fees. Wood's representatives say in a statement that Manson had actually tried to settle this suit back in the spring of this year, at the same time where he was also appealing the rulings against him. And at that time, he had offered to pay a portion of Wood's legal fees in exchange for keeping the settlement information confidential, aside from releasing a mutually agreeable statement. Wood rejected that. Her lawyers said that she did not want to agree to the confidentiality or any of the other terms that Manson had proposed. And so now Manson has apparently dropped the defamation suit altogether, with reps for Wood saying Marilyn Manson, whose real name is Brian Warner, filed a lawsuit against Miss Wood as a publicity stunt to try to undermine the credibility of his many accusers and revive his faltering career. But his attempt to silence and intimidate Miss Wood failed. As the trial court correctly found, Warner's claims were meritless. Warner's decision to finally abandon his lawsuit and pay Miss Wood her full fee award of almost $327,000 only confirms as much. We also heard from Manson's attorney, Howard King, who told Rolling Stone, after 4 years of fighting a battle where he was able to tell the truth, Brian is pleased to dismiss his still pending claims and appeal in order to close the door on this chapter of his life. Obviously, these allegations definitely kept him out of the music world for a few years. He put out his last album, We Are Chaos. He didn't even really get to support it because we were in the midst of the pandemic. But like we talked about at the very beginning, he has made his comeback. He did that big tour with Five Finger Death Punch over the summer, put out the new album, One Assassination Under God. Actually, I think that came out, no, it's been out for like a week and a half now or something like that. So, and he's doing, I think he's already confirmed for a number of festivals going into 2025. So it'll be interesting to see how all of this plays out as we move forward. And when there is a new update to discuss, we will absolutely talk about it here. But for now, that's all I got for you. Thanks so much for hanging out. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe below if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time.